morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. I just spit. Hope everybody's doing well today. Just like, what? Great way to start off the broadcast today, right? Absolutely. All right. Hi, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. I hope you had a great Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you enjoyed Hanukkah. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, I hope you have had and have a great Kwanzaa. I think it's still going on. And then if you don't celebrate any of the above, I hope you had a wonderful couple of weeks. As we went through the holiday time, I hope everybody got what they wanted from Santa Claus. I know I got some amazing gifts this year and had a wonderful Christmas. It was very laid back, very enjoyable. And now we're working our way to 2026. Can you believe it? 2026 is coming. We've got so much going on in 2026. I'm going to Red Rocks for a for a concert. I'm going to Alaska on the cruise. We have a big announcement coming up in 2026 very soon. So be on the lookout from that from Becca and me. You can probably fill in some blanks on that one. And some really fun, exciting things coming up in 2026. So lots of things ahead, and I can't wait to go through everything, talk about everything, on the cruise, do all the things. Auntie L is here. Hey there. Kelly is here. June's here. Paula's here. Laura, Auntie Carol. Jonathan is here. Let's see. Brenda, Diane, Denise, Deb, Laura, Melissa. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Happy New Year, everyone, says Denise. I'm about to finish the night shift. I will go get home and log back on, says Deb. No worries, Deb. You should sleep. If you've been working the night shift, you should probably sleep. I'm fully in support of sleep. Gloria says, I just got my package yesterday. Awesome. Glad to hear that you got it. And it's weird because the package, I need to check on that package, actually. I sent a package to my friend in Dallas, and it said it wasn't going to arrive. I sent this a couple of days before Christmas Eve, and it said it wasn't going to get there until January 2nd, which I was like, what? That seems a little long. I know we have the holidays and everything, but that still seems a little long. Katie says, can you say who you are going to see at Red Rocks? If not, that's okay. Have a wonderful time. I am going to go see Bob Moses. Bob Moses, backstory on this. Bob Moses is one of my favorite musical artists out there. Been listening to their music since I heard them on The Catch on ABC when The Catch was around. Hate that show got canceled. So I went out to Red Rocks. Actually, I went out to Colorado to visit my friend, and I wanted to go to Red Rocks just to see the amphitheater because they have it open during the day for you to tour and look around, and then at night they shut it down and only allow people who are going to the musical concert that evening or whatever's happening that event. So we went out to Red Rocks, and I was talking with my friend. I'm like, man, I hope Bob Moses comes out here at some point again, because they were there in 2021, and that was still COVID times and craziness and all that kind of stuff, so I couldn't make it. And I guess I wasn't as big of a, no, I've been a fan for a while. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't track that they were going to Red Rocks. And so I was talking with my friend, and he was like, if I was like, man, it'd be so cool to see Bob Moses out here again. They came out here before. I hope that they come out here again. And he's like, dude, if you see that they're going on concert here, like, just buy the tickets. We'll figure everything out. Just buy the tickets. Don't even ask. Don't even hesitate. Just buy the tickets. And so I was like, okay, and thinking like it would probably be a couple of years before they made it back. And then they released on their Instagram that they were going to be going back to Red Rocks. So no thought process. It was just buy. And so I bought the tickets immediately. And so my friend is super excited to go with me to Bob Moses. So it's going to be great. Katie, says, Bob Moses, I will have to check them out. What a place. I am so excited for them to be there. Bob Moses is an amazing band. They're kind of like, I guess it's kind of considered house music, a genre of house music, but they're really amazing. I love listening to them. So If you haven't heard of them before, go check them out. Bob Moses, you can find them on Spotify or Apple Music. They're kind of amazing, in my opinion. Let's see. Good morning from Alaska. Have you cruised before? Brenda, no, I have not. I've never been on a cruise. This is going to be my first one, so I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait to check it out. Deb says, hello, everyone, from Mobile, Alabama. Can't say that correctly. Mobile, Alabama. There we go. Had to say. And also Deb says, nah, sleep is overrated. You're hilarious. You are hilarious, Deb. I may have, I've kind of fallen into a very poor sleep pattern because of the holiday. I've been going to bed at like 3 or 4 and waking up at like 10 or 11. Need to get that sleep schedule fixed because I do go back to work tomorrow. Boo. Oh well. Let's see. They seem to tour all over the world. Brazil, Egypt, Colombia, and Red Rocks. They do, Kate. They do travel around the world. I've seen them in Ibiza. I've seen them in all the places that you listed. They do travel the world and are very much jet setters. So I'm excited to see that they're going to be back. They are coming to DC. And I was like, oh, maybe I could get tickets for DC. And then I saw Red Rocks, and I'm like, oh no, Red Rocks. We're going to Red Rocks. Definitely doing Red Rocks. Megs says, hey, hope you are having, I hope you have fun at the concert. I have been to a concert in a hot minute. Last one was Ghost in Houston. I've never heard of them before. I'll have to check them out. Hello from California. Hello. What is that? Leslie? I think that says Leslie. Yeah, so hope everybody had a great Christmas. We'll talk about Christmas and all that kind of stuff here in a moment once we get started in on the project. Today, what am I going to be working on? Today, I am working on a project. Mary actually gave me this little mini charm pack from Ruby Star Society. It is Glow Garden by Sarah Watts. That I've laid it out because I wanted to make sure that all the pieces were in a place that I like them. So I did go ahead and open it up. I was going to do that on stream, but I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and lay this out because I know I'm going to futz about it a little bit. So anywho, so I have this mini charm pack, and I'm going to work on where to go. I think it's this one. Nope, that's Leader of the Pack. Which one is this one? Nope, that's not it. There it is. Drop Zone by Annie Pattern. I have not made one of these. I am going to retreat in April, and I would like to make all the folks on the retreat a Drop Zone bag. So I need to make one so that I know how they go. So I'm going to work on my own Drop Zone bag and use that as the outside fabric for the Drop Zone bag. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And just kind of sewing, making our own fabric doing that. So Georgie says, hello, everyone. Hello, Megs. I'm cousins with some of the guys who used to be in Ghost. No way, Flicky Cheeky. That's awesome. Wow. Let's see. Jetlu, I think is what it says. I go to bed when I'm tired unless I fall asleep in the recliner. Love seat and get up when my body tells me to. The animal or hubby wake me up. That, it'd be great if I didn't have a daytime job where, 9 to 5, where I had to, have a specific time to get up and all that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Yvette says that she made one for her grandson's cars. I've noticed, so one thing I didn't know about this pattern is that there is some hand sewing involved in this. Right where the fabric inside curls up and into the zipper, or to protect the zipper, apparently there's some hand sewing there. However, I have learned that you can also use rivets. So I bought a rivet punch and rivets, and I'm going to put it together using rivets. Everybody who's put it together that way said that they loved it that way, and I don't have to do hand sewing. Win-win. So we're doing that. We're going to do that instead. How many bags will that be? It will be a lot. It will be a lot of bags. To be completely honest with you, it's going to be a lot. So I'm making my first one so that way I know what I'm doing, and then as I continue to do it, it'll get better and better. Sorry, I just got a message and got a message on Facebook and it flashed my screen for a second. Perfect day for sewing. We have a blizzard conditions today, says Georgie. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you have some sewing. Jonathan says, hand sewing, throw it out. I'm not going to throw it out, but I'm going to use those rivets instead. Gonna work on those rivets, or gonna use those rivets instead. Gonna work on those rivets instead. So we're gonna do that. Let's see. Those are fun to make. I can't wait, Kelly, to make my first one so that way I know what I'm doing, because I always want to make sure I know what I'm doing on these. Let's turn this over to the sewing camera so that way y'all can see. And we're just gonna sew our rows together. And we're going to basically make our own fabric is what we're going to be doing today. Hi, Jackie. Good to see you. Deborah says, so what do you do when you find out that you have another sister from the same mister? You have to make her something. I just found out, and I'm so excited. Oh, my goodness. What a discovery. Did you find that out on Christmas? That would be quite the Christmas surprise, huh? Another sister from another mister. Interesting. Do they sew as well? Do you know them very well yet? June says it's a blizzard here in Iowa too. Is it? So my Alaskan friends, is there a blizzard in Alaska right now? I'm curious. Because it seems lately like Alaska's been hot. Hotter than normal, I guess, I should say. Hand sewing is your friend. Vicky, I disagree. I disagree with that statement. Oh boy. So yeah, Christmas was good. I spent Christmas Eve over at Becca's, and her family does Christmas Eve as their Christmas. So that way on Christmas Day they can spend time playing with their gifts and doing all the things and, you know, all that. So spent time over at Becca's and had a great time. Of course, played a lot of Fortnite. Had a great time playing Fortnite with my friends. Christmas Day, I went over to my friend Josh, not the Josh on here, but a different one. He invited me. I went last year to his grandparents' house. They do Christmas Day over at the grandparents, and the whole family's over there. And this year was a little different because they went to their aunt's house, or his aunt's house, I should say, instead. And so went over there, opened a couple, they actually had a couple of presents for me, which was super nice. I had a couple of presents for them. I gave his grandmother one of the Holland pouches using some cat fabric. She liked it, I think, so that works for me. And then she gave me a beautiful crocheted scarf. I love it. I love it. It's really, really pretty yarn, and I think she did a great job. She picked out colors that were perfect for me, and I love them. So, unusual for Alaska, we don't have very much snow. Oh no, not that hot at all. Sub-zero temperatures and bad winds here for months. Oof, goodness, that is why I don't live in Alaska. I found a whole family from the same side as Mr. Freaky. Oh my goodness, Brenda, that. Wow. All right. Can you imagine, like, going your whole life and then suddenly finding a whole other family that you had no idea about? Oof. Goodness. Let's see. Jet Louie. Does that say Jet Louie? Yeah, it says Jet Lou. Snow presently has stopped, but we are supposed to get rain, which means ice, which means instead of going to my favorite sewist, my mom, I'll be home, hopefully working on a quilt. Excuse me. Jackie says, Phoenix has been hotter than normal, finally getting a couple of cooler days at 65. Well, I know I have a couple of friends out in Phoenix, and they always look forward to fall and winter because then their AC doesn't run 24/7 like it does in the summer. And of course, I think the scorpion population goes down, or at least hibernates during winter, so there's not as many scorpions. I had no idea that you people out there in Arizona have to, like, put covers over your vents to protect them from, oh dear, this is not going to be good. Well, I may have to do a smaller size because I just realized that when I sew all the pieces together, it does not come out to the size of fabric that I think I may need. So I think I'm going to have to shrink it down a little bit. That'll work. I'll have to do a smaller size. That's okay. I can do that. Because it does come in 3 sizes. It comes in, let's see. I don't know how to describe it. It comes in, oh, I see. Okay, so that's open and then that's closed. Oh, I see. Okay, all right. So it comes in 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. 2.5 by 5, 2.5 by 7, or 3 by 9 are the 3 sizes. And I think if I do the, I might be able to do the medium size. Yeah, I could do the medium size, I think. So we'll continue to put this together and see. We may have to pivot and do something else instead, but this will get turned into a bag of some kind. I can guarantee you that. Oh, let's see. Joan says, hi, Ian and all in chat. Just wanted to wish you all a happy new year. Not feeling so well, but will be lurking and not responding very much. I am sorry that you're not feeling well, and I hope you get to feeling better soon. I am just happy that I did not get sick from Disney, because I was sure I was going to get sick from Disney, you know, and that was, you know, I knew it was going to happen, and I was like, you know what, it's fine, it was worth it, you know, whatever. And I am in the clear, at least from Disney, so I'm very happy about that. Very happy I didn't, because that's germ central, like, all the kids, everybody, everything, so many surfaces that are touched all the time. It's crazy. Deborah, Ian, don't know if she sews yet, but she is a nurse and works at a veterans hospital. Oh, that's awesome. We are going to have a heat wave tomorrow, going to be close to 50 degrees here in the Jersey Shores. Place that I've never been and need to go at some point just to say I've been there. I also need to take down, I only have a few. I was hoping to put more Christmas decorations up behind me, but that just did not happen. So I need to take down what I put up. Let's see. Nice when you can give handmade gifts, says Denise, and they are appreciated. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel bad because the grandmother's bag that I made, I messed it up royally. It's directional fabric, so I tried to get it up going the right way. And so I cut the fabric and I ended up sewing it back exactly the way I cut it. So it was still like one side, it was all going one direction, and I felt so stupid. And I only noticed it after I quilted it, of course. After it was all quilted and like nothing I could do at that point. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I cut it apart, sewed it back together, and I sewed it back exactly the same way. That was stupid. And then, after all of that, I ended up cutting the final piece so that the cats were facing horizontally instead of upright. So the whole project was cursed and ended up just not working. But she liked it. She liked it. She said she enjoyed it and really likes it, and she can't wait to put it to good use. So at least it'll be used. But I just, it's so frustrating, right? When you want things to be perfect and you just end up not doing it right. Not doing it right. It's been rainy here in Los Angeles. I have heard that it has been raining there. I've seen a lot of pictures and posts on Instagram of Disneyland. People are, you know, getting soaked at Disneyland right now. So that sucks for anyone. You know, you go out to LA because you're like, oh, the weather's going to be great. And then it rains the entire time you're there. Not fun. Not fun at all. Wow, you did not want to press very well, did you? By the way, guys, I reached out to the company. If you saw the video, I did a video on the spray bottle that I've been using lately. I reached out to the company just to see if, you know, maybe I could get them to partner up with me and whatnot, which they politely declined. I hinted at wanting to partner up, and they just completely ignored it, which is fine. But they did promise me that they were going to keep prices the same, that they weren't going to jack it up for the quilters, and if there are price increases, it's because of, you know, the supplies going up and cost and all that kind of stuff. So they at least know, they're happy that I put a positive review out for their product and such, but oh well. Peg says, I'm surprised that you're not chain piecing those pieces together. You know, when you do the web thingy, it kind of drives me crazy. I can't ever do it right. And it's just easier in my mind to just do it this way and get it done. Charlotte says it's been 80 here in Texas, but it's going to be 50s this week. Did exactly the same thing with a Holland bag. It gets the best of us. It gets the best of us. It totally happens. If you think I am perfect, I mean, you should know that here on my channel by now. I am far from perfect and end up with some really bad mistakes sometimes, and that's one of them. Flicky Cheeky says, I should share some pictures of the Treblinka wash that we were down playing at. I have no idea what that is. My spray bottle is on the way, says Charlotte. I hope you enjoy it as much as I like mine. I am very happy with my spray bottle. In fact, I need to put it to good use. I actually need to wash the fabric that I'm going to use for my quilted jacket. I need to get working on that because, you know, QuiltCon's like, you know, a month and a half away. So nothing like working on it up until the deadline, right? So I need to get that started in a very bad way. I also need to work on my mini swap. I have a mini swap partner that I need to, you know, actually make a mini quilt for, so that needs to happen. There's a lot of things that need to happen in a short amount of time. Tahunga. Sure, sounds great. Hey, Katie's here. Says driving, but I wanted to say hello to everyone. Well, please be careful. Please be careful and don't text and drive. So put the phone down. You can put it in your cup holder and listen to me. That's that. Oh boy. So what is everyone's favorite gift that you received this holiday season? Everyone always likes to brag about what they received from their spouse, from their children, from their loved ones. So what is your favorite gift that you received this holiday season? Mine, I actually have a couple. While we were at Disney World, I saw a Figment Loungefly bag. It's this rectangular, embroidered with the Figment character on the front. It has several of the little heads on it. I had seen it, I had wanted it, but I thought it was just a little too expensive, and I also was worried about getting it home because I knew I had a lot to pack and all that. So I was worried about getting it home, and I said, you know, I don't think I need to buy this. Well, Mary surprised me, and she bought it for me, so I have the bag, and I love it. So big shout out to Mary. Thank you for that wonderful Christmas gift. And then Becca, while we were at Disney World, she got me a Pandora charm that was put onto a necklace that has Madame Leota. If you're not familiar with the Haunted Mansion, it's my favorite ride. And she's the floating head in the crystal ball. And so I have a Pandora charm with her now. And it's fun because Tisha also has the exact same charm, so we kind of match. Hers is on a necklace, a silver necklace. Mine is kind of on a braided black cord, so, but it's super awesome, and I love that we have a matching set kind of thing going on. Let's see. My favorite wasn't sewing related. It's the Lego Halloween Reef set. Oh, Melissa, you'll have to send me a link for that. I want to see that. That sounds awesome. Let's see. No Christmas for me. Sorry, Jonathan. Let's see. A slow cooker, so I don't have to stop sewing to fix supper. Awesome. My favorite gift this season was my Caterpillar Glow Ultra. I also spent Christmas money to get glass mat and a swivel. Awesome. Glad you put some of that Christmas money to good use. Let's see. I got the gravity quilt kit. Awesome. You're going to have fun with that. It's going to take you a while, but it's going to be great. Lynn says, my gift was 2 puppies, loads of work, but so cute and lots of energy. That's so cute. What kind of puppies are they? A crystal butterfly from my son is my favorite gift, says Gloria. Awesome. Oh, Peach got 100 Schmitz, I can't say that right, Schmitz needles and a neck light. Awesome. Y'all are making me stop and just read all the things. Jet Lou, excuse me. A dome with a rose and gold iridescent stem and leaves that the granddaughter got me. Granddaughter 5 got me a butterfly and flower acrylic, and that granddaughter 6 got me. And then binding ease. Oh, cool. Let's see. M. Smith said she got an iPad. I bought it myself now to set it up. Good luck. It shouldn't take too long, but. Leslie says that she bought a new 85-inch TV, so now that we can see the tennis ball, very nice. Paula says mine was buying gifts for my adult kids, just stockings. We spent Christmas Eve, prime rib lobster dinner by my son and hours of games with them. Oh, that's awesome. Love that. Not sure what my favorite was, but definitely my most thoughtful gift was the fabric menorah quilt with candles you can light, and it's a Tara Reid pattern. Oh, that sounds very awesome. Oh no. Let's see, no heating the past 2 days in our house in Northern Ireland. Outside, 37 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Boiler just fixed. So now in bed watching, trying to warm up. Well, top of the morning to you, because that's so incredibly Irish, let me tell you. But I hope you get warm soon. Sounds like now that the boiler is fixed, it will be warming up soon. Also, Mom and I signed up for Field of Dreamers together as a gift exchange. Fairy Tale for me, Wonderment for her, Small for both. Awesome. Lynn says, my so refinished a rocking chair, excuse me, for me that I've had since I was a child, and I'm now 71. Wow. Imagine how I remember the rocking chair that I had in my room. It definitely no longer exists. It's definitely long gone, but I definitely remember it, and I can still hear the sound it made as it was rocking. Let's see. Flicky Cheeky doesn't celebrate Christmas, so she was working. Boo. Boo for working. But yay for money. Yay for money. Right? At least there's that. Can you believe that this is the last live stream we're doing for 2025 as we head into 2026? Crazy. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. It seems like the cruise was so far away when we first started talking about it, because we first started talking about it right after we got back from QuiltCon and started talking to the guys at RG Travels. And it felt like an eternity away, over a year away. And now here we are. I may or may not have a countdown clock going on. 243 days. Can y'all believe that? 243 days? It's crazy. Crazy. Let's see. Puppies are labs, roly-poly balls of fun. Now they'd sleep longer than 4 hours. Yeah. Puppies do kind of tend to wake up a lot, don't they? Let's see. What am I missing? Southern says, while you were at Disney World in Orlando, my dog was also in Orlando at the Tournament of Champions, where he won Best of Breed 2 days in a row. There were over 5,000 dogs in various AKC events. Wow. Congratulations. That's awesome. Best in Breed? What? What kind of breed is your dog? Amazing. 2026 so soon. Where did 2025 go? I don't know, but if you find it, let me know. If you find 2025, let me know. Just thinking about how soon the in-person retreat is going to be. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. 200 and how many days did I just say? I forgot already, but it's crazy how soon it's going to be. Deborah is here and she says she is now at work. Ooh. But yeah, very excited for everything going on in 2026. I have stuff already being planned for 2027. It is going to be a very, very busy travel in 2027 as well. There are things that I wanted to do this year that I do not have the vacation time for. I was hoping to get back to Pride Night at Disneyland this year, but I just don't see that happening with everything going on. Just don't see that happening, unfortunately. So maybe I can try and sneak out there in 2027, but we'll have to wait and see what the holiday travel schedule is going to look like for 2027. I was going to say something else. I don't remember. Thought I was going to say something else, but now I can't remember what I was going to say. Oops. My dog is a wire hair pointing griffin named Junior. I have no idea what that is. I don't think I've ever heard of that dog type before. Jonathan says, just think how soon the in-person on-land retreat will be in 2027. Well, Jonathan, unfortunately, I don't have anything like that planned yet. Would love to say that I do have something planned, but at this moment, I do not. I do not. Are there things in the works? Sure. Are they actually going to happen? I don't know. That's the thing. Let's see. Wave Nut says, I have signed up for the Cotton Cuts Field of Dreamers Large Dreamers Garden. Nervous that this will be the first time I've done anything like this. It will be amazing. You are going to love it. I don't, like, I just keep getting addicted to them. So I bought 2 quilts. Well, I bought one, and Cotton Cuts is providing the other one, of course. But I am doing Dear Diary. So that is the official colorway that I'm doing for Cotton Cuts is Dear Diary. But I also bought the Gray Works because I just couldn't pass it up. I have to have Tula, right? So I am going to be doing both of those quilts, I believe somebody has somebody at Cotton Cuts really wanted to do the Tula one, and so that's why I got Dear Diary, which is great. I wanted to do that one anyways, so no complaints there. But I will have both kits coming in. Let's see. Well, time to finish up the ironing squares to fusible batting for a memory quilt so I can go up and sew the rows and columns. Have to plug in the phone. Catch y'all later. See you later, JetLu. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy working on your memory quilts. T-shirt quilt, whichever one you want to call it. Same difference. But yeah, we have a lot of, let's see. We have 53 days. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. We have 53 days until QuiltCon. I have 117 days until Bob Moses, and then 243 days until the Alaskan Cruise. Have you thought about the big UK quilt show in August to visit? I have thought about that, and that is something that I would like to do. There's some other things going on. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that y'all don't know about. Like, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that y'all don't know about. So that unfortunately is something that is lower on the list at the moment. But it is something that has been thought about, yes. I'm doing the Grey Works also. First time doing a Tula quilt. Awesome. By the way, guys, if you did buy a quilt from Cotton Cuts, the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, don't forget you can use code IanDreamer to get a free gift, free small gift with your first clue. If you've already made your order and don't, you can always email them and be like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know what the code was for Ian. Here's the code for Ian. Could I please add this onto my order? You can do that. They literally didn't give me the code until the day before, like the night before everything went live. So I'm sorry that I couldn't provide it sooner, but I just didn't have it to give at the time. So, but if you email them through help@cottoncuts.com, you can add that to your order after the fact. Oh, I see, JetLu. She says, memory quilt from a friend's late mother's clothes for her 93-year-old dad. Very nice. She's going to love that. Great way to remember her dad. I'm also hoping in 2026 to maybe sneak down to Texas to visit my friends and everybody for the holidays. So that may be stopping in at DFW and seeing everybody, hopefully. I don't know if it'll work out, but that is a thought. I was also going to say in 2027, so we're coming up on Raleigh QuiltCon 2026. I don't think I'm going to be going to Atlanta in 2027. I just don't see it happening. I have a lot of other things planned, and I would like to use that vacation time elsewhere. So I just, unfortunately, don't see myself going to Atlanta. I hate that. I'm like, I've already got FOMO from making that decision, and who knows what's going to happen in 2026. But at this moment, I don't see that happening. So probably not going to make it to Atlanta. Let's see. Martha says ordered a large quilt but can't remember which one it is. Hopefully, hope to make it for hubby. Well, it's good that you have one ordered, and hopefully the hubby will like it. Oh boy. Hey Zaza, good to see you. Oops, that one tried to go the wrong way on me. We'll flip it back around and get going the right way. Let's see. Waiting on how much the import, etc. will cost. Oof. That's, that part's no fun, for sure. That part is no fun, for sure. Let's see. Zaza's here and she's saying hello to everyone. Did you have a good Christmas, Zaza? What is everybody's plans for New Year's? I think we're going, Becca's friend has invited me and Becca's family over to their place, so I'll probably go over to hang out with all of them on New Year's Eve, as I don't have any plans myself at the moment. I think Zaza is literally addressing every single person individually. There we go. Press that here in a second. I just got an email from Becca is doing a paper piecing workshop for beginners on January 17th, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern. Must sign up via Zoom. Pattern is included. That is correct, Peggy. She is going to be doing a foundation paper piece for beginners. So if you are interested in learning to do FPP, highly recommend taking her studio session on it and getting all the great information, and the pattern is included and all that good stuff. So highly recommend it. Brenda says we are planning to go to the amusement park, Kentucky Kingdom, for fireworks. Excellent. That sounds like fun. New Year's sew along with Stitch in Heaven and Team Rob Appel. Awesome. That sounds like fun. Sounds like a good way to spend New Year's Eve. I did, Ian. Thanks. It was very relaxed. We had Christmas dinner in our PJs. That sounds like a great time to me. Christmas dinner in PJs? Sign me up. I saw a funny meme on Facebook that says, I can't figure out what I'm going to wear to New Year's Eve in my living room. I just may not go. I was like, that sounds about right. I get that. I understand this. I feel this in my soul. My bobbin is giving me the alert that it is getting low, so we may run out of bobbin at some point. But also I have really big bobbins, and so it seems like when it starts flashing, I still have a while to go. Jet Lou says, haven't left you yet here. I haven't left you all here yet. Found more to do. Well, there you go. Always more to do, huh? Let's see. Brenda says, nice. I'm sure beginner at Hexy's. That is EPP. She is going to be doing a class on FPP. So that's foundation paper piecing, not hand sewing EPP. Just want to make sure to put that out there. I know it's confusing because it's like E and FPP. They're both the same. It sounds, very similar, but they are two different techniques completely. Peach says, I'm playing Zoom bingo with friends on New Year's Eve, avoiding crowds and parking issues. Absolutely. I will never, ever, ever, go to Disney World or Land on New Year's Eve, because that is one of the most packed places on Earth, and the crowds were bad enough during the holidays. I can't imagine what it would be like during New Year's Eve, because they actually do 2 firework events. They do one at 10 p.m. so that way all the young kids who have a bedtime at 8 p.m. can celebrate the new year at 10 p.m. and then go back to the hotel and go to bed. But they also have a fireworks display at midnight as well. Brenda, no worries. No worries at all. No worries. Katie, are you driving to Florida or from Florida? I think you said you were driving to Florida, if I remember correctly. As I ask her to not text and then ask her a question in the chat. That's smart. That's a real smart thing to do, Ian. Real smart. Real smart. I just stay home. My neighborhood is a crazy fireworky place. Thank heavens my pups don't care. Thank goodness, Catherine. Can you imagine if they did? It's so funny because when I was living in Dallas-Fort Worth, my friends would have me house and dog sit for them. Dexter, which many of y'all know Dexter because you've seen him on my live streams before, he doesn't care about fireworks. In fact, there were some on 4th of July that the neighbor was firing off and the dog just did not care. He's like, okay, whatever. Thing go boom. Now, this is going a lot faster. It is 2:51 and I'm like putting on the last row. I don't know what the heck we're gonna do after this. Shoot, I thought this was gonna take longer. Let's see. Have to figure out what I'm going to do. I may look in the pattern and see if this is going to work, and if not, I may have to do something else. We'll see. Maybe we'll play bingo here on live. No, I'm just kidding. You got bingo stuck in my head, so immediately went to that. I celebrated home. I can see fireworks from one of the local casinos from my backyard, says Antiel. You are in Vegas, if I remember correctly, so that makes sense. I'm going to watch the Edinburgh Street Party fireworks down the beach. It's great fun and lots of people go. That's awesome, Zaza. I won't be able to watch it on New Year's Eve, but I am going to watch at some point. London does their fireworks from the London Eye, and I always enjoy that fireworks display every year. But thankfully they record it and put it on YouTube every year, so I can watch it straight here on YouTube. And I usually wait until I watch it live sometimes, but I also will sometimes catch the replay if I have it, like if I'm not there. Oh, that's right. Katie says came down yesterday, moving her today. She's moving her daughter. Think this will be the last load, and then begins the IKEA assembly. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I'm in a suburb of Vegas. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought you were near that area. Janet says, cheers, Ian. Thank you so much. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Flaky Chicky says, the neighborhood is already blowing up. I'm staying home and avoiding the idiots. This is your friendly reminder, too, by the way. If you do go out and celebrate New Year's Eve, please make sure do not drink and drive. There are apps such as Uber, or you can have a DD, designated driver. Please do not drink and drive. Y'all are smarter than that. I know that. But just putting it out there. Just putting that out there. If you feel buzzed, you are too intoxicated to drive. So don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Saw Jonathan said, so slower, Ian. Well, oops. Oops. So now comes the press. I'm looking away for a bit. Sorry, everyone. I'm going to be focused on trying to press this for a moment. So forgive me while I do that. I also need to sneeze. Sorry, couldn't get to the mute button in time. Sorry about that. Sorry if I just blew your eardrums out if you're listening on a headset. Just trying to do too many things at once and couldn't hit the mute button. Also, where is that dang lifting and stitching, Mr. Josh? I don't know where he is right now. He has a pattern coming out. Oh, he asked me to do something. Oh, I should do that. I just remembered. He asked me a while ago to do something for him. Oopsies. I should actually do that because I told him I would, and here I am not doing it. Also, I was going to work on editing my pattern this week because, you know, I would like to release it sometime early next year. And here I am, not actually working on any of it. I thought, oh, I'll have plenty of time over Christmas holiday. Nope. Nope. He did not, in fact, have plenty of time over the Christmas holiday. Partly because he was too enthralled with Fortnite. Oops. That's all right. I hope y'all are ready for the podcast to come back. We will be picking it back up in January, and our first guest will be Sean, the guy who sews. If you know who he is, he will be back on, or he will be joining us for the podcast for the first time. So if you are a fan of his, be on the lookout in January for his podcast episode. We haven't recorded it yet, but he will be the first guest of 2026. So Becca and I are very excited for that. We'll be picking the podcast. We haven't recorded since Becca got sick. We actually recorded it while Becca was sick. We didn't know she was sick. But we recorded the podcast while she was not feeling well. And that was with Carrie. So if you haven't listened to that episode, make sure to go listen to it. It was a very good episode. I had a great time talking to her. And make sure to check her out on TikTok if you have not already. She's a hoot and a holler. Let her know that you heard her from the podcast. All right. There is our panel. Look at that. It's really pretty. I like it. I really like that. Let's see. Okay, back to the apartment. Have a great evening. Absolutely, Katie. You too. Have a good evening. Hope y'all get it all done. Let's see. Zaza says she was on Sean's show last week. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Hello from snowy Iowa, says Deb. Good to see you. Flicky Cheeky says Fortnite is a song, not a game in my world. Well, it is both for me. Both for me. All right, let's see here. Let me look at these instructions really quick. I want to double check and see my siblings. I think she meant siblings. Maybe nibblings? Maybe she did mean nibblings. I don't know. Spent Friday night and Saturday and wanted to do nothing but play Fortnite with the gunkles. I definitely, my nephew loves to play Fortnite with me. It's something that we actually can do together because he's, back in Texas and I'm not. And also he's like, I've tried to connect with him, but like we didn't really have a lot in common. So this is one thing that we do have in common, but like it's really funny because he will steal all of my loot and bullets and everything out of chests that I open or, people that I eliminate, and he steals all the good guns and then just gives me what's left over. And I'm like, dude, that was mine. And he's like, well, you're too slow. I'm like, oh my God. All right, so, let's see. Oh, I didn't know that, Melissa. Nibblings are nieces and nephews. Good to know. Good to know. What are you making? I am working on the drop zone pattern, and I am looking to see what size because it comes in 3 different sizes. So I've got to keep this out of frame so that I don't end up showing off all the, it's all out of frame. Okay. Okay, so I need, let's see. Okay. Oh, it also gives the instructions for if you need to, like if it's directional fabric, like how to cut the directional fabric. So that's good to know. So I need that by that. So let me see if I have the right size. My grandson is a Fortnite player. Awesome. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm very burpy today. Okay, so this is the right size for a medium. So I can make a medium pouch if I wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, I can make a medium pouch out of this. So that works. If I wanted to do a large one, what is it for a large? That by that. Yeah, I can't get, it's too small for the large. But I can't get a medium. So I can make a medium pouch out of this, which works. Sorry, it's the dust. I definitely have some fabric dust blowing up, and it's got me all let's see. Flicky Chicky says, could start another top, but I'm day drinking, trying to make 400 half square triangles. While buzzed, sounds like a bad idea. I agree. I agree. What does it look like? What does it look like the DZ pattern? I think you're talking about, the DZ drop zone. Dirt. That's what it looks like right there. So I'll be making the medium size, which is, whoops, wrong side, this side. This size right here, because I have enough material to make the medium size. That'll work. It'll at least get me, I want to make the large one for everyone, but I think I'm going to be making the medium size for this one specifically, and then I think I will make the large for everybody else. So these are good for like hotel rooms. Like if you travel, you can have all of your, you could throw your keys, your wallet, the things that you drop when you walk in the door at a hotel. You could use this at the hotel and just drop all the things in it while you are there. So I've got to find some coordinating fabric because it needs some inner fabric. I could put a border around it. You are correct, but I think I just like it. Yeah, those mini charms are very linty. You are correct, Jonathan. It's really, really full of lint. I was trying to separate them and the lint was just going everywhere and I'm like, ugh. So anyways, yeah, I could put a border around it, but I think I'm gonna just do it as is. I like the way it looks and I don't have anything that really coordinates with this all that much. So I think I'm gonna do it as is and leave it be. Leave it be. So, yeah, that took way less time than I was expecting. I thought between me yapping and us doing the things, I would take much longer to do that, but that is not the case. So we may try and quilt it. I just gotta see, okay, this is big enough. So that's good. I just gotta see if I have, oh, that's a spider web. I don't know if I have a backing fabric that I want to use. Do I have a scrap? Maybe I have a scrap. Hold on, let me go out in the living room and see if there's a scrap piece of fabric that is big enough. Oh, by the way, guys, I did quilt up this quilt. Do y'all remember this one? This one is now all quilted. So it just has the abacus. This is my go-to pattern, quilting pattern for just simple, easy, basic. So this one is officially all quilted. I need to bind it, but I've at least gotten it through the next step, so that's good. Let's see. I don't know if I have a scrap fabric. Hold on, everybody. I'll be back in just a second. I'll be back in just a second. Is this big enough? This might be big enough. Might be able to do a grunge on the inside, a blue grunge on the inside. Oh, this looks like this is big enough. Oh yeah, that's plenty big enough. All right, we'll do that. We'll just quilt that up, shall we? We will just quilt that up, shall we? Ian, what fabric line are you using? I am using, oh, I already threw it away. Those mini charm squares are the Glow Garden by Sarah Watts. Glow Garden by Sarah Watts. Put this back in its packaging. Maybe put it back in its packaging. There we go. Alrighty, let me do a quick little iron on this. Kind of press it out a little bit. And then we will get to quilting. Wasn't expecting to get this far, to be completely honest with you, so a little kind of flying by the seat of my pants at the moment. But that is a-okay. All right. Is that a fairly easy pattern? I have never made the drop zone before. This is going to be the first time that I've ever done the drop zone pattern before, so we will find out. We will find out. I will probably do it off stream, so that way I don't mess something up. And I can focus on actually, you know, doing the things without having to entertain and pay attention. Right now I need to take this screw out so that I can take the guide off. So I'm going to do that. There we go. Well, that comes out. I don't think I need, oh, I might need, actually I think I might need it. So I'm going to change out my plate. Normally I have my single stitch plate in there, but I have the feeling that I'm going to be doing something momentarily. So I'm going to take the single stitch plate out, put the regular plate back in, and I'm also going to change my foot. I'm going to change my foot out. Auntie L says, I've made the drop down pattern before. It's not hard, but it's easier the second time around. Ain't that the truth? It seems like everything is probably easier the second time around, which is why I feel like it's better to do one to get used to it, and then I know what I'm doing the second time. Let's see. I'm so excited. I truly can't wait. After the first of the year, hubby said he will buy me a long arm. Oh my goodness, that's going to be so exciting for you. Which brand do you think you're going to go with? What I'm doing is I'm just, actually I could probably extend my stitch length. I'm just basting this down. So that way when I go to quilt it, it's hopefully will stay in place a little bit easier, more easily. That's all this is going to be. It's literally just basting everything down. Hey Ian, everyone been outside soaking up the warm sunshine before the temperatures drop tomorrow. Good to see you, Joyce. Glad you've been enjoying some sunshine and warmer temperatures while you have the chance. You know what? I was going to order some basting spray, and I don't know if I actually hit order or not. I just realized that. I was sitting here like, oh man, I should grab basting spray, but I don't have any. So I need to go see if I actually hit order or not. Have you ever done that? Have you put something in your cart and then you're like, why hasn't that arrived? And then only to discover that you never hit order. Oh, we want to see you construct it. If you make a mistake, we will know what to do correctly. I mean, that is true. That is true. But also, it's hard to entertain and talk and keep the chat going while you're trying to focus on a pattern, right? It can get a little hectic. So, might be easier for me to do one and then go from there. I'm looking at all brands at the moment. I'm leaning towards the 21-inch something or other. Now with the puppies, I'll need cord wraps and concealant. That is true. That is definitely very true. Right, let's put that down. Good thing is the grunge doesn't matter. So, Zaza has done that. She says she's done that often. I keep forgetting to order some basting spray too. Well, Peggy, you and I are in the same boat apparently. I also put in a grocery order. I always do my grocery orders and pickups on Mondays, and so I put in my grocery order last night because I was like, oh, I should really do that. And then today I realized 3 more things that I needed to add to that list. So I had to go back into my grocery order and be like, oops, I forgot these. Thankfully, they allowed me to, you know, add some more. But I was just like, oh, geez. I've started basting with Elmer's glue sticks. That is, I have done that in the past. That has bit me in the butt, especially the purple one specifically. The purple one has bit me in the butt because it actually started showing through on a wall hanging that was not going to get washed. So that was fun figuring out how to fix that. I did figure it out. It did work out, but oof, goodness, I was freaking out for a bit there. Freaking out. I was like, what am I gonna do? Let's see. Lynn says, I'm going to work on my quilted bag for a while. I'll be lurking. Have fun. See you later, Lynn. Hope you get your bag done. Gonna try and make sure that this is all stretched out. The quilting will help a little bit with hide any movement, should we say? The Elmer's purple glue dries clear. It does, Zaza, unless you use heaps and heaps of it and it doesn't. Ask me how I know. Ask me, Zaza, how I know. There's a 505 basting stick too. I never knew that. I will have to check that out. Trying to stay about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of my pieces. I am getting a little bit of ruffling. It's not that big of a deal because I do have a little bit of wiggle room to cut off the edge, so I'm not going right up against the edge. And if there's a little bit of puckers or pleats or anything like that, it's mostly going to get cut off anyways. Zaza says, you must have used a lot because I've never seen that happen. I didn't feel like I used that much, to be completely honest. I didn't feel like I used a whole lot, but apparently it was enough that it did not turn clear. It stayed purple. Zaza says she hates online grocery orders because they substitute a lot of her stuff that she doesn't like. I've only had a few substitutions, and I think all but one were good substitutions, so I haven't had a problem with it. But you're also in a different country, so things are definitely different over there. Irish Sail Lady says, hi everyone, finally got my last quilted Christmas gift in the mail to its new owner. Now I'm back to catching up on my block of the month. I'm behind on it. I did get my flyaway quilt kit top put together. Awesome. I bet it. I love how Flyaway came together. It came together really well. Ian, it was an off-brand. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. All right, so for this, what do I want to do? Do I want to do diagonals? I'm trying to plot out if I want to do diagonals or straight across. I think I want to do straight across, but I'm going to move my needle over. Actually, I'm going to move it the other way. I'm going to do it on either side of the seams. So I'm just going to go across here. Oops. Adam's here. Hey, Adam, good to see you. Adam from Adam Sews is here. Don't forget he has a podcast episode over on the Sew Off Kilter podcast. Make sure to go check it out if you haven't already. I'm going to do another line over here. It may get cut off, but I just want to make sure that I am putting as much quilting into this as possible. Even if it does accidentally get trimmed off, that is fine. The substitutions here are hilarious. One supermarket substitute barbecue coal for fire lighters, which means they aren't really useful without the coal. Oh, goodness. Substitutes are a nightmare when you have dietary problems. I can see that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, a lot of grocery stores, who said that? Somebody in the chat. Laura says you might be able to turn off the substitutions on the grocery store orders or specify secondary options to sub with. I always turn it off. With mine, I do, a lot of times will specify, it allows you to specify what substitutions you would want. And so if it's something specific, then I will tell them, hey, I specifically want this as a substitution. But I've only had a few substitutions, so. Weave Nut says, no chance on the UK websites to turn off substitutions. Wonder why that is. That's kind of silly. Seems like a, very basic kind of idea of, hey, allow people to substitute or put in or turn off substitutions or whatever. It's really not that hard for substitutions to be, like, I feel like a website designer, it's not a hard thing for them to do. Even when you put no substitutions, sometimes they add them anyways. Can't imagine why, with substitutions off, they would still add them. That seems weird to me. Adam says, different kind of website, Ian. Thank you. I don't know, Jonathan. His mind works in mysterious ways, okay? Banana Joe is here. Hello, good to see you. I don't know, Melissa. She said, what is your brain auto-correcting to? I don't know. Leave me alone. I don't know what happened. My brain shut down for a minute. We had a substitution that we didn't ask for, and that cost me more than what we ordered was actually available. Oh, Laura, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. Well, these lines are... On the inside, you're really going to see how wobbly these lines are, but it doesn't matter. It's the inside of the bag, nobody cares. Shh, Deborah, shh, 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 shh. These are not the droids you're looking for. Everybody was supposed to just keep going. They weren't supposed to say anything. Did you see that the preacher who said the elders should castrate themselves? Oh my gosh. No, I did not. Yikes, Flicky Chicky. Yikes. Talk about a slip. Oops. Laura says, for pickup orders, the substitutions are decent, but not so much for the delivery. Or I wonder why there's such a difference between the two. That's weird, Laura. Wonder why there's such a difference. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna see how creative cats. You're hilarious. Last year I ordered a turkey to cook and they subbed in a few cooked chickens. Oh my gosh. That's not the same thing. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Actually, I do need it over there first. Move the needle back, and we'll run this way. Like I said, I think this edge is going to get cut off, so it's not a big deal. But I try to put as much quilting into it as possible, and if it gets cut off, it gets cut off. Zaza says, because the people doing the online shopping are usually 28 with no clue and who don't care. It is kind of funny though, because the person who, it's usually the same person coming out to bring my order to me in the car. And it's so funny because she, like, I've been there how many weeks in a row? And so, like, she kind of knows who people are. And I'm like, I'm embarrassed that, like, you recognize me now. And she's like, we have our regulars. It happens all the time. Delivery shoppers are also more of in a hurry and don't know the stores. That is true. That is very true. I'm at 18, not 28. Well, I mean, same difference. Zaza, I feel like it's same difference sometimes. Oh, I lost Bobbin Chicken. Wah, wah. Peggy says I order a lot of food once a month in bulk and they don't substitute on me because I order in cases. Well, I mean, that makes sense. All right, let's reload the bobbin. Or as Becca likes to call them, the boobin. Got to load my boobin. Away she goes. Adam says, I have a lot of sympathy for the in-store shoppers. They are under pressure to pick over 50 items a minute to meet the store recommended target. To be a productive member of staff, it is undoable. I can't imagine. I freaking know what I want. I can't even order and pick up 50 items a minute. There we go. My boobin has been wound. So now let's put it back into our thingamajigger. Morning, everyone, from Melbourne, Australia. Good morning. Shelly says, what up, Buttercup? I was sewing, finishing up an Easy Does It bag. Welcome. How are you doing today? I don't think anyone's ever called me Buttercup. All right. Let's see. Where did I end? This is pretty close. You know what? I think I may undo some of my stitches there and just redo the. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. I'm glad I checked on the bottom because I just realized that it hardly put any bobbin out at all. So I'm actually kind of glad that I am pulling this out because it would not have stayed in. It just came right out. Right out. I'm glad I checked that because goodness, could you imagine? Don't laugh, excuse me. Peggy says, don't laugh. My deliveries are put on wheelchairs inside my outdoors, and I just have to wheel the stuff in the house from the front porch. Why would we laugh at that? That's a smart idea. Are you kidding me? You ain't gonna see me laugh about that. That's a smart idea. I always say, work smarter, not harder. I have a referred shopping trolley outside for my online shops. You mean you have one sitting outside that you tell them to put stuff in? That's a great idea. Michelle says, Merry Christmas to one and all. Merry Christmas to you as well. I'd like someone to put my shopping away too, now that I would pay for an extra service. I mean, they could then cook my meals and would be super helpful. There's this thing, Adam, I don't know if they have it in the UK or not, but here in America, they have Amazon Key, where you can literally have somebody put your package inside of the garage or inside your front door. Hello, no thank you. No thank you. Maybe if I had a mudroom that I had a secondary door that I could lock, maybe, but mm-mm. And apparently Walmart does this thing where if you order from them, you can request they put it away for you. No. No, I'm good. No, thank you. I'm good. Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. The only one I don't mind is my local co-op where they know me and know what I like. It's always sub up, not down. 100% Adam. Now if I could just have someone baste my quilts. Wouldn't it be funny if like someone ordered groceries and they like had the Walmart delivery person come and put them away, and then they're like, hey, could you help me baste this quilt? Oh my gosh. Laura says, nope, would not do that. I will happily get off the couch and get it myself. Exactly. Zaza says, nope, stranger danger. So true. So true. Susan says she made it home. Welcome home. Adam, Banana Joe says, Adam, and wash the dishes too. And at that point, it's just a housemaid. Like, at that point, it's just a housemaid or a whatever you want to call them. Apparently, I don't think that's the correct terminology anymore, but like, yeah. I just wish I could become rich and famous and have a person who would cook my meals and clean my house and whatnot. I will meet at garage or front door, not my house. Absolutely. Absolutely. Housekeeper. Yep. I would love a housekeeper. Zaza, since you are going to be over here sooner rather than later, is there something in America you are excited about purchasing or getting that you can't get over in Scotland? Deb says, but what if you're an ex-murderer? The delivery person should be worried. I would hope neither. I hope neither party is an ex-murderer, and no. No, thank you. No, thank you to all of the above. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. This is, guys, this isn't the stuff I should be hearing. Like, I don't want to hear about this on true crimes, okay? Flicky Cheeky says we have a cleaning service and that is the best thing ever. Absolutely. I actually had, so when I was living in the apartment in Texas, the apartment complex partnered up with a cleaning service. And so they offered cleaning services, especially for your first time, they offered them at a reduced rate because they wanted everybody to try them, right? And so I did. I tried it, and it was very nice to have somebody else clean my apartment for me. Has anyone ever used a Hemingway pouch for a laptop? Not so famous. I have used mine for my iPad. I know that's not exactly the same, but I have used mine for a iPad. One of the biggest things is do not use a metal zipper. Don't use a metal zipper for that because that will scratch up your computer. The second tip is to make it larger than the laptop. So if you have like a 16-inch laptop, don't make it 16 inches. Make it probably closer to 20. One way to keep yourself safe is to bark at the delivery driver. Not your dog, yourself. That'll send them off. Yeah, exactly. I could see that happening. Yeah, don't have the dog bark. You bark at the delivery person, and that'll throw them off. And be like, I'm getting away from here. Oh, Catherine, that's a good idea. She says, I made the Hemingway pouch for an iPad. I lined it with Minky. Oh, I like that idea. All right, well, this is not very straight. There's definitely some, I don't even know if you can see on camera. You probably can when I hold this up. Well, maybe not. The bottom row is very not straight. It is very off alignment. Can you see that on there? Oh, yeah, there you go. Now you can see how out of alignment it is. It is way out of alignment, but it is what it is. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut down my pieces, or I'm going to cut the piece down so that way it's better. My granddaughter keeps my house clean. I try to give them some money now and then. That's nice of them. That's nice of them. So I'm not going to trim it all the way down. I'm just going to literally trim to the outside of the middle piece, because I'll look at the instructions again and find out exactly how small I need to trim this. I appreciate that, Zaza. You're very kind. She says, oh, Ian, stop that. It looks great. Zaza, I think I missed it. Is there anything in America that you're looking forward to getting that you can't get in Scotland? Sorry, I've totally blanked on that question. Didn't look back. Exactly, Flicky Chicky. Exactly. We're of like mind. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's so nice. Susan says, I love that my son and his girlfriend, they bought me a $100 gift certificate to my local quilt shop. Awesome. That's great. Embrace the wonkiness, says Banana Joe. I should. I definitely should. I am out of coffee. Boo. All the fabric and all the sewing notions. Ain't that the truth? You get all the things. All the things. My hounds always keep me safe. I miss that security. They would bark. Their bark was amazing. See, that's the thing that I at some point I want a dog for sure, because I want to have, you know, the safety and the protection. Although I'm getting a golden retriever, and I don't, let's face it, there's nothing going on upstairs for a golden retriever. So they may not be very much protection, but at least, you know, there's somebody else. So, all right, there we go. So this is the piece, all quilted. Look at that. We sewed it. We quilted it. It's all ready to be turned into a bag. So I will trim this up off live stream and work on making this bag. What I really need to work on, so there's several projects that I need to work on. I need to work on my swap partners quilt for QuiltCon. Need to work on that. I need to work on writing my pattern, getting that finished. I have edits that I need to add. It's close. I just need to get those edits in and all of that. I need to work on my quilted jacket, and I think after live stream, I'm actually going to go to my serger and serge the fabric that I'm going to be using for my quilted jacket, so that way I can throw it into the washing machine and pre-shrink it. So get that all done. Teacher vacuum to bark. Oh my gosh, Deb, that's funny. They can protect you, Ian. They're very intelligent dogs. They are very intelligent dogs. It looks like there's nothing going on upstairs. Let's see. Did Zaza answer my question? Did I miss it again? I may have missed it again. No? I don't know. Peggy says I have to stay away from Soya because spending too much money on their fabric. It happens. It definitely happens. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get off live stream and serge the edges of that fabric so that way I can throw it in the washing machine. Because then after I wash it, I'll have to press it all out, and I've got to cut it into 2.5-inch squares. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of 2.5-inch squares to put my jacket together. I'm so excited for my jacket. I have a really good idea for what it's going to look like. I hope it works out in real life the way I have it imagined in my head. I think I know what I'm going to be doing, but we'll have to wait and see. Zaza says they usually bark at the doorbell, and see that's the good part when you definitely need it. Depends on the dog, honestly. A friend had a pit bull that let a person break into her house and attack her without reaction. Oh my gosh. She was okay, but did not expect her dog not to react. Whoa, Savannah, what the hell? Goodness gracious. Noise attracts attention. Attention is bad. Very true. Let's see. I need to make my shoes and jacket for QuiltCon. And she said fabric and notions. Oh, okay, okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that, Jonathan. Thank you for translating. Says the one who protection trained a JRT. Oh my. Auntie L says, my German Shepherd mix is very protective. My Border Collie mix would show you where the valuables are. Too funny. Too funny. All right, guys. I'm... Excuse me. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. I'm going to jump off of here and go work on serging that fabric. And I'm going to serge the quilt that I just showed y'all. Get that ready for binding. I'm going to jump off of here. I hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend and a great rest of your 2025. We're going to look in towards 2026 coming up very soon. Can you believe it? It is happening. 2026 is happening very, very soon. So I will see y'all after the new year. So please have a happy and safe New Year's. Please be careful. If you do go out, please don't drink and drive. Please grab an Uber or designated driver. Have a happy and safe New Year's Eve, and I will see you all in 2026. I love each and every one of you, and remember, guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer. Bye, everyone.